A few years ago, I came across this video called The Rice Experiment. And the rice experiment was these two jars of fluffy white rice, and one jar was spoken to with love and kindness, and the other jar was spoken to with anger and negativity. And over a period of time, the jar of rice that was spoken to with anger and negativity had turned brown because of the negative words that was spoken to it. Now, scientifically, eh, but metaphorically, I think it's a really good example of the way that we brown the rice on social media, because on social media, we engage one another almost exclusively through conflict. Politics, gender wars, trauma, resentment, ideology, and outrage. And when you spend too much time in consistently negative environments, environments shape outcomes, environments shape experience. And so imagine my surprise the other day when I hopped on Threads and I asked men, I said, hey guys, could you tell me a book, a series, or genre that you enjoyed growing up? Because at the college, I teach reluctant readers. And so I was just looking for, a few ideas that I could add to a summer reading list. Within 2 hours, I had over 700 men hop into the comments telling me about their favorite book, their favorite series, the favorite genres that used to motivate them to read. And the overwhelming response made me realize what happens when you show up with curiosity rather than condemnation, when you engage people through the lens of their humanity, not as stereotypes, not as enemies, not as discourse, but as someone genuinely curious about an aspect of their human experience. And that what might need to happen in order for us to create better interaction between and among one another is creating spaces where it's still safe to share our humanity. This doesn't mean that we don't hold people accountable. This doesn't mean that we don't have our own viewpoints. But if the goal is connection, then it's easier to connect through curiosity rather than condemnation, through humanity rather than hostility.